You look good, you have all of the something they bought you. Yes, goodie!
Four. Hi guys, welcome back to the Good Girl Podcast. We are currently at 1% battery life, but we're very dedicated
I
to
thought you
you.
were talking about caramel word.
No. We as
Energy. Oh, yes,
people
yes.
are at 1% battery life. Like
Right.
it's man.
You know, as in,
The place too hot, man.
also, I'm not gonna go ahead and like, oh my god, sorry guys. No, you see, when we're missing, just wear a carpet base. So once you see we're missing, just know so the work can't be you bad.
Just no
And we
say.
just rise from the ashes like a phoenix, and we're here again.
I feel like I do too much things. No man, I feel like I
You
do too
do.
much things.
You do.
I really do.
But this is the stacking stage, so
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
man.
it's okay.
I'm just trying to reach 35 and I can cock up my foot and just relax.
Got a long way to go.
Got a long way to go. Anyways,
How have you been?
I've been blessed. Life is good.
Wow,
but
that's such a good response.
I've been blessed. Like, the things I complain about now, I used to pray for. So it's like, or the things that I complain about is kind of like, what you call it? Spillovers of my prayers. So it's like, why would you complain? Because it's like you wanted more money, but then you're going to get more opportunities, which means more work, more tired. You wanted,
less of a balance sometimes.
I wanted my house, I wanted all of that, but that comes with bills. So
you have to work to pay them.
Exactly. So it's also that. And then, I wanted, you wanted different things, but everything, I just feel like sometimes we pray and every blessing comes with something else. You know what I mean?
And also when we pray, also pay too for the mindset to also be sometimes we do a level. I'm guilty. Like remember pray you more this, more that. Thank you Jesus for this, thank you Jesus for that.
Do you remember when you started your job how you used to pray for, like, you're like, I prayed for this job?
Yeah, there are TikToks for this. Driving so mad into the job that I prayed for.
Very much so. Very much so. Yeah. So how have you been?
I've been okay. Summer's over. I'm saying like something like summer's
I told you at the start of someone you asked me what are my summer plans. I said, sir, miss, we're adults. We ain't got summer.
Some of them are bad.
Yeah.
I think my summer was decent.
Yeah.
Again, I say like a school picnic. But it was decent. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm looking forward to finishing the year strong. That's a very bold statement to make in August. But it's like, yeah, man, you need to just close out the year strong. But tomorrow is Christmas, so.
Yesterday.
Not thinking about you.
Honestly. Yes. Me and Billo, I'm gonna do a shoot. I know I want to do a photo shoot with Billo.
That is precious.
Yeah, I want to do a photo shoot.
I want to be there.
I want to do a Christmas photo shoot with Billo. Yeah, I want to do that. That's the only thing I know for sure. And I think I want to see my grandparents. I haven't spent Christmas with my grandparents in a long time. So maybe I go Miami.
You should.
Yeah.
My God. Treat yourself, my G's.
My G's.
You need a reset though.
I do need a reset.
The burnout, I'm telling you, is inevitable at some point.
Yeah.
I feel like if you don't stop, it's going to, your body's going to tell you to stop.
Yeah, man. I think October I'm going to take a little break. I already, I'm working on it. Yeah, man. I've been envisioning it. A little vacay.
Money will come back.
Amen. True. Okay. So, jumping right into the goodie of the week.
The goodie of the week.
All right. So, World Championships. So Jamaicans gathered in Halfway Tree where, they were in a state of shock, this past Monday. I don't know when I'm releasing this, but when you see it, we are talking about. Yeah. So Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Shericka Jackson, and American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson were in the final for the women's 100 meters. And so Shericka Jackson won the silver with 10.72, while Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce actually ran 10.77, and Sha'Carri Richardson, who has been she's been having a really excellent season, she ran 10.65. So that was honestly a really good time, and you know what I mean, big up to the Jamaica. And then honestly too, Shelly's 36.
She's still killing it.
She's still killing it. Shelly's 36, so
Like,
you
one
know
of them girl could never.
they could never. But you know what I mean? Honestly, at first, like I remember I was telling you over the weekend that I just don't want Shakari to win, but her attitude,
It's changed, man.
it's changed, and it's
Like-
honestly made me see her in a different light. So it's not like clearly we'll never
we still as
we want our Jamaicans to win.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've seen her in a different life.
We brought bad.
We brought bad. But I feel like I'm seeing her in a different light.
I don't know what humbled her or what. I don't know if she found God, like not
Yeah.
being facetious, but you know, sometimes.
I think they said she was baptized or something like that, or something
No,
like
man,
that.
it is like.
Yeah, like it's a big change.
I like it. This
Yeah.
is the humility that we want to see,
Yeah.
and this is the good. It's the good sportsmanship that we want to see.
And she was very respectful.
I want to see more Jamaican.
We're forgiving.
We also have very good sportsmanship.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Like,
true.
Really,
Shelly really embraced her. Sharika
Like,
embraced her.
yeah.
Them take the little selfie. I thought it was cute. And even the
it's
interviews, she was so much more. She was so much different
even
in her
she declined,
interviews.
She declined in a very nice way.
No, but just not that. I just thought it was very because she could have just gone to the one Black American reporter.
Yeah.
She made sure to do an interview with TVJ, which I thought was
She was
nice.
black. She only,
Yeah,
she
she
only
only
did interviews with black
People, yeah,
which is fair.
which is fair. Like we support everybody Black, so you know what I mean. I
Yeah.
feel like her whole aura and
I
everything.
like it.
Yeah.
And with that energy, she will get a lot more blessings.
Yeah, and you know what I mean. You have the talent, but just the attitude was like you
Yeah.
know. But I'm glad that you know. Yeah. So you know,
Yeah.
we're happy for. But did you see Elaine's interview? What's going on
Well,
with her?
that wasn't really an interview. I don't know.
What's going on
It
with
was a
her?
big book.
That's not like her though. She's probably going
I
through
don't
something.
know.
That's not like her. I
No,
don't feel like
that's-
that's like her.
No,
Yeah.
but isn't that? Is that like her?
And the thing is, right? I feel like we're so harsh to our athletes because whenever they don't perform or whatever, we cannot. Jamaica kind of rough,
I
you
feel like
know.
outside of that, she not really.
Friendly.
I guess. I mean, everybody can be Shelly Ann's
Yeah,
personality,
yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody will have that. But I mean, we also want to see that you weren't forced to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see
It's
that.
kind of hard though because imagine you were like the champion last year because I think she did she was like running first in Olympics like so I think maybe those things can take a toll on you too if it's a career, you know.
But
So
even Brianna, she hasn't been doing that. She's been on and off with her season for track, and she has a way better attitude.
yeah,
So it's like I don't know where do we draw the line. But
yeah,
anyways,
we'll see.
yeah.
She has time. She young. We'll see.
Yeah.
But big up Mommy Rocket, big up Sharika Jackson, and congratulations, Shakari. We're probably. And then you know what I like with Jamaicans too? We're forgiving because everybody was bigging her up. Everybody when her attitude once we see a little attitude change, I say, "You man, do your thing, girl." All right, girl. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Yeah, Black Power too. And then to be honest, we do support. Like I feel like Americans think we don't support because we love Alison Felix, our cousin.
She is that girl.
Yeah, I would love Andre DeGrasse, our cousin. Like we have a few cousins out there we know, you know. Anyways, jumping into this week's hot topics.
Hot topics.
So this week, we will be talking about age gap relationships. Now, this is coming from all of the drama online with Fallon and yeah, man, one could fly in here. So apologies in advance if you see my around the place. But this is coming from Fallon from what is it? A Real Housewives?
Yeah.
And she divorced her husband and actually started dating somebody who I think was like 13 years younger than her, some crazy number like that. And then there's also some drama online with like popular YouTubers, TikTokers who are currently in age gap relationships in Jamaica, from Jamaica. I think they live in the US, but from Jamaica. So there's like a lot going on with age. Yeah. With there was one with an older white guy and an older Jamaican man. So there are two like different things going on. So I thought about it and I was like, age gap relationships. So let's define first. So an age gap relationship is characterized by a significant difference in age between two individuals involved in a relationship. Age gap relationships challenge, traditional or societal norms because, usually you're with your peers, or you usually date somebody in the same age group as you. So it involves individuals from different generations, which can lead to diverse perspectives, experiences, and life stages. So yeah, have you ever been in an age gap relationship, and what do you think of it?
No.
You've never dated an older guy?
No.
Wow.
Dated? No,
No?
no.
Oh wow, yeah. No, I've only dated older. No, let me not say only. Lie. I'm a very unique person. Like, they can tell you, if you really got to know me, I think I'm so interesting. I think my dating life is very interesting. Because I don't really have no type. Like, I just
No.
She, like, if I come to them, if I come to my friends and say, guess who I'm dating, they're like, I'm not doing that. I don't know. You tell me. Short, tall, black, blue, as long as you love me. as long as you love me. But yeah, no. So
age gap. Gap seems significant. When I hear the word gap, I think of a large.
Yeah, like
distance.
No.
And so I've never dated.
What's the biggest gap you've had?
Probably like 2 or 3 years.
Oh no, lovey. My ex-boyfriend is what? 12 years? 12 years my senior.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 12 years my senior.
But then I think for you, it's because you're also very mature.
I've heard that.
So therefore, it's also not.
Because I feel like
shocking.
you guys always think you guys always forget that I'm not like in my 30s.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, like, but for me, I don't know, I've probably never been in a space where that has been.
Or maybe even you've never been approached by like an older guy that you're
I
like.
don't recall. Or maybe not in a way that I can recall then.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, because before I've literally been on a platform where I've said that it's better to date older men, it makes more sense, all of that, and honestly my opinion on that has changed, because I did that. That's why digital footprint is everything, because I did that podcast episode with somebody when I was way younger. I was like probably like 20, and now that I am an adult and like fully functioning and all of that, my opinion on it completely changes.
I want to read that point. You notice where you said you're older and you're like fully what? You're
Like
fully an adult
yeah.
at this stage and so that you're at. And so with that in mind, it lends me to the point of like an older man or older woman dating a younger person who hasn't really formed their own beliefs or perspectives in entirety. So it's like, is it grooming?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, how are you able to they have really formed their own perspective on life fully. So like they're what, leaning on your perspective maybe? What do you think then?
I don't know, because the thing is, right, because I don't think everybody has the motive for it. So, let me actually go through some of the stereotypes. So there's the imbalance of power, right? So there is when there's like an older partner, it tends to you realize, especially when there's like, naturally if you're older, you're supposed to have more money. You know what I mean? Right. The older person naturally should be more financially off.
Okay.
Not necessarily that they would be the provider, because everybody's relationship dynamic is different, but you should be, when you're older, you should have more money. You get me? And then, so I feel like when there's more money, there's more control and power.
Okay.
So some men will use the power and the money to kind of control you. Or the experience to be like, oh, I experienced this, you should listen to me. So it's naturally almost going to be like a daddy-daughter situation. And I feel like also too, when you have a partner, right? And I can speak to me, like, it was hard. Whenever I date somebody who's like way older, they listen to you, but it's almost like you have to earn them listening to you. So it's almost like, oh, she young, she don't know what she's talking about, or it's this type of thing where it's almost like they're supposed to give counsel, but they don't take it from you.
Yeah, because I guess in their minds, it's like, what experience do you have?
Yeah.
But I feel like you can be mature enough in your thinking or perspective, even outside of experiences. You don't have to experience everything that you speak on, per se. But then it's like, what... The relatability.
Yeah.
is huge for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like me right now. I say I'm what, 32, and I pick up somebody who's like what 55 or like a 60, right?
Well,
So
you
you have
could have
children
a-
my age,
Yeah.
and then you probably divorced and whatever, and
You're just
it's
in different
like
stage in
age and
life.
stage.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did I look for retire right now, me did I look for
Maybe
stack
just
some
some,
cash.
or you're looking for a family and you
Right.
don't raise your
And then
family.
say, you know, somebody don't that, me just too old for you run on a little Johnny.
And then that's going into the second point, the generation gap. So
It is
the difference in
very,
generations is big. And then also too, all right, Gen Z, him or Gen Z, yeah, Gen Z. Then below Gen Z is what, millennial? No,
meaning younger than Gen Z?
yeah, is what?
Alpha. This is a new one. What
No. Gen
Y is before Gen
yeah,
Z.
yeah. Sorry, no. So I was just saying, Gen Z, millennial, we behave differently.
Yeah, for sure.
So each generation, millennials and what them name, boomers and all of that, we all behave
Very
differently.
Yeah.
We all operate different. So when there's that gap, it's like your behavior is also very different based
Yeah.
on the generation that you grew up in, the experiences that you have, the things that you have. You know what I mean? So
I
yeah.
don't want to be like, I don't want it to be that I'm dating and I'm making these jokes. Sorry, this is such a fickle thing. But remember the little joke them with the TikTok audio and whatever. You know me. Love a TikTok audio. And you ever say, you know, no matter, like, I don't know, there's certain things like I want to be able to relate to you.
Yeah, the
I
relatability.
want to be able to, boy, you know, so come on, go, no. Boy, you know, say, not like he's talking like an old man, but I mean, like, he's just not able to do the things that I want to do. I want to travel the world at this point. You're just like not into that because you've probably already done it before. You're past that stage in your life. And so it's hard to find that commonality between the two.
Yeah. I don't know because all right, for some people like we see like Beyonce and Jay-Z, they're couples that have been together years. Yeah, man, they're like 13 years or something.
Really?
Yeah, man. But that's why I say like so there are couples that have a huge age gap that can work, but I also think it takes I think I'm not saying I won't say no, but for me, I think for me right now, I don't want anybody that's like I don't think I want to go 10 years. I probably go like 7 is the highest I'll probably go. Like if you're like 7 years older than me.
Yeah.
But then there's also the vain part of me, right? Cause me always saying I want to be somebody hot wife. So I want to be like, you know what I mean? I always want to be like hot, like you. So when you reach 40, I'm still like 32. So we're like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's like, oh yeah, she's still young and hot. You know what I mean?
But I mean,
And man look better when they get older.
yeah, if they take care of themselves.
Yeah, man tend to look better when they get older.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Like, you know, but then I feel like with a lot of there is the power dynamics. I think that's the main issue with it because I think a lot of times people take up and then sometimes when you go into it's also the intention you go into it with too. So I feel like men who seek and women who seek younger people, the cougars,
Right.
and men who seek younger girls, I think there's something to be said about them.
The consumers and it's
I think there's some, especially when you have money and access. Like if you meet somebody and then you guys connect or whatever, but you go to you and if like all you've dated is younger.
So it's like R. Kelly.
Yeah, it's giving because I think my last relationship, I think I was like the youngest he's ever dated because he didn't know my age at first. I think I was the youngest. I could be wrong. I feel like he said something like that to me before, or like you know what I mean. So that didn't make me feel as uncomfortable. But I feel like when it comes to like if you're a serial 23-year-old, 21-year-old, you're 40, you're 37, you're 80, you're 60, and it's just bare 20s.
Yeah.
Like a Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, that's just weird. When the girl reach 23, when the girl reach 23, you know, him done, you know.
Age old.
But
then I also find that there's also like a struggle to keep up, especially with younger partners. It's this real deep struggle. And you know you can't manage, you know, really and truly in life. Like you're unable to manage. Like they're different lifestyle, they're fast-paced lifestyle, whatever it is, and it's just like unrealistic. It may work. I think in the long term it may
work.
not work.
Yeah.
And I would see that now for modern day age gap relationships. I feel like back in the day when there weren't access to a lot of things like digital.
And I feel like the younger
Social
person
media.
used to back in the day, the younger person would always give up more. So because
Right.
so for example, the older person would naturally be the breadwinner, and you as a younger person, you would give up more.
Right.
So you would kind of take on the role of mommy, of wife, of
just mature more.
mature
into
into the role that you're in because you love this person.
Because back in the day,
However,
like you find that there were huge
Yeah.
age gaps. Like your grandparents probably have this
Huge age
it
gap.
was normal.
yeah, it was
It
very
was pretty normal. Especially if they came from country.
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
man.
Oh God, man.
Jesus, stop it. But nowadays, it's harder because
Yeah.
there's so many influences in a regular relationship, much less an age gap relationship.
Yep.
So it's harder, I feel, to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying I would never do it. I'm just saying that I haven't.
Yeah. No, I've done it. I've done it a couple times, and I don't know. For me, you never say never.
Right.
However, I don't think it's also that you have to be, when you're going into any relationship, you should be sure of yourself, but especially one where you're going to be going into it with somebody who's older than you, who has kind of one up on you. You need to almost be very sure of who you are, because it's very easy to get
and also
distracted.
Sure, I guess, of what you bring to the table as well.
Yeah.
People try to listen girl you or listen boy you because again.
And let me tell you something. I see one girl. This is my favorite TikTok of 2023.
Oh my God, random man from Atlanta?
Huh?
Is it the random man from Atlanta?
No. My favorite TikTok of 2020 is a girl that said gospel. I can't remember her name, but I have the video. She said, "No for the man them wanna think just smart and them a give their advice. Them not tell you nothing you don't know. Them just all." Like she said, them just all. Like she literally said, she was like in the video, she said, "Me, you don't think me and no big man can work because them love give advice and go at them smarter than nobody else, and them just all."
Do you find that's true?
Yeah, not for them just older than you, and they like to like use your brain. But the thing is, with how everything's set up now, there's no new information under the sun.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, because like anything you need to know, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like it's just to be careful with the power dynamics because it kind of gets blurry, and they try to. And let me tell you something, especially when you haven't experienced things.
But women do it,
it's
you know,
yeah. Yeah, no, women do it as well.
Hey, the man take up the young man in jump here in jump. I know somebody who is being well taken care of. Okay?
By a big woman.
By a big woman.
Every young Jamaican boy have a big woman.
Or has had one.
Or has had a big woman.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming to the virginity because they tend to, you know that? You notice that?
Oh my God, let's speak about that.
You notice that trend? The guys, if you ask
every
somebody,
guy,
most, 8 out of 10 guys, if you ask them, what was the age of the woman who they lost their virginity to? It's some older woman.
Yeah, and they were like, and it's some crazy, like they were like 16 and the boy at 10. You were sexually assaulted. I know you think that you consented. You weren't old enough to consent.
Exactly, you don't even. Anyways, gross.
Trauma. But no, seriously, like a lot of no. So that's why I said I feel like, especially in the Caribbean, or I can't speak to Caribbean, Jamaica, very common. Like those big age gap relationships, and then even sometimes, and even when they come out the country. Evil.
Yeah.
Little girl, most of them mother house and I say, "Your man come live with me."
Yeah.
Cook, wash, and clean.
It is.
I feel like there's a grooming aspect to it because they make you, you have
to be careful.
You have to be so careful.
For me, it's like, what is the age that is okay for you to have an age gap relationship as well? It's something to consider.
That is a good. So I feel like, I feel like I don't judge anything that is like over 25.
Okay.
For me, like, but then I don't know. I don't judge anything.
And then I think
everybody's maturity is different. But honestly, I don't judge anything because if I feel like if I hear a 30-year-old with like a 45-year-old, that's different.
I don't know. Yeah,
that's different from a 20-year-old with a 35-year-old.
Because again, you're thinking that they're in similar paths,
or their mind is fully developed. Yeah,
that too. But
you know what I mean?
That's 18 and the man at 30. Yes, like
a Marcus Houston, like a 19-year-old bride.
He should be in prison. You didn't know that?
Because how much he sleep on time? He sleep on time down there from him at 17, right?
No, it was from before that. He was grooming her from she was in her teens, like from before consensual age.
Kimora Lee,
Should be-
and you heard Kimora Lee Simmons come and
Yes.
talk about it,
Yes.
and she and Russell had a great relationship based on what I saw, and she spoke about it, and she was like, yeah, she was fully groomed, like
Until it wasn't like.
yeah. So I feel like,
Until next
and she
time.
was like, yeah, she was fully groomed, and she realized that.
But if you find a man that, say for instance, a man approach you and he you know, you guys can have a conversation about his past and you realize that most of the girls that he's spoken to have this huge, he's always had a huge age gap relationship. Is that a red flag for you?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. At this point in my life, yes. Because to me, you have a pattern, and then I don't know. There's something to say about somebody who, and then nobody your age don't want you. You don't find no woman
It's
who
not
wants
that
you.
they don't. It's not that they don't want him. It's not that the women don't want them. It's they don't want them.
Mhm,
Because here's the thing, and I feel like at this age and stage in my life, I probably will not be approached by an older man because I want things. I'm very ambitious.
Mhm.
A younger girl, she may just want a little Tory Burch and some naturally laced installs and such like that. Me no want all pay for
No, I disagree.
installs.
Them young girl, them young girl are different. Them young girl want
Really, no?
things. Like them girl, them
Like
want
what?
real things. Like
Me not say that.
no, I feel like them different. I feel like some of them. Let me not say all. Cause you have some idiot girl, you know, but I feel like enough of the girls that I see now, most of the girls, to be honest, the young girls that I have seen, they want the business. They want a little business.
I want like a business.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
They may not maintain it because them just like to post and say, I have a business. Like, I'm a
Right.
boss babe. But,
I know.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that they want, they're not like stupid. Like, honestly, when I was 20, my other counterparts in their 20s, they were dumb. They were just like, them just wanted bottles in the club, and they were just taking things from a man that he was already doing.
I think I'd be too expensive to not maintain or not high maintenance, but it's like my needs are way bigger than what.
And then honestly too, some people just want, like, I guess the thing is, I've heard guys say before, which is stupid, that older women are what's it called? They're too serious, or
Right.
you know what I mean? They want
They're not
something
careless,
fun.
They want fun and free, fast life.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. All right.
All right.
Good.
Good. But you know what? We like when you reveal who you are. So at least we know how
So that
to.
track record will show that.
Yes. So at least we know how to operate. So, you know, I don't know. I used to be like, it wasn't. I'll never say never, but the older I get, the more I realize that I don't think I'm a big fan of it. Based on my experience, I've dated guys my age. Yeah, I've dated my ex-boyfriend before the last one was my age, and then the last one was an older guy. So, yeah, I don't know. Both were, yeah.
What do you think, like, your parents would have to say about something like that? Or did they think of, like, that age gap relationship?
You know, I don't think they cared, to be honest. So no. So when I remember when I was dating my ex-boyfriend, I remember calling my father and I was like, hey, you know, this guy's this age, like, how do you feel about it? Blah 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 blah. And he was like, oh no, that's not, like, he was just of the mind that you're like, at the time I was 26. So he was like, you're 26. It's not like you make your own decisions.
Yeah. You're not like,
I feel like if I was 22, he would have had something different to say, but it wasn't like. But I had the conversation with my dad. I know my mother don't care, but I had the conversation with my dad because he was the one that I was like, I wonder how he would have feel about this. You know what I mean?
Because the other day I was actually having a conversation with some people, and they were just like talking about their, like, people's parents that they know that have, like, huge age gaps, and they're still together. And I'm just like, again, I think it's because back in the day it would work. Right now, I don't know. Because I feel like they're so quick to. I think the men that run down the young girl, like, they're so quick to have them more disposable.
Yeah,
so as them don't know, next young thing that, you get what I'm saying? I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like if my young...
I think it can work, but I think it also depends on the person. I think you also have to be very sure of the characteristics of the person. If you realize that there's a power dynamic, if you realize they're not respecting your opinion, if you realize them a little girl or a little boy, you know, say... You know what I mean? It's not necessarily the right situation. And then also think of where you are in life. Do you guys want the same thing? So even though you're this age and he's that age, do you guys want the same thing?
What if your 18-year-olds come home with like a 30-year-old man? What you just say?
Absolutely not.
You just tell us, yo, got that.
No, absolutely not. I'm not going to choose for my children, but I'd be very nervous about it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I just don't want her when you're young, and you're in love and the butterflies and all of that. I just don't want her, and it's the same thing I'd say to anybody. I don't want you to make any decision. Because the thing is, when you're young, when you're in love, you'll think and you'll make some very critical life decisions that you wouldn't necessarily make if you were more mature.
That's why Americans, the white Americans specifically, are divorced by 25 or on their next marriage by 25. And they all get married by 18, 19, 20.
Yeah.
They don't know themselves. But anyway, that's a little conversation. But like, I agree. Like, are you really, not to say you're not old enough to make your own decisions, but are you old enough to be sure of the decision that you are making?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I even wonder, like, how are we, this is so random, how we will choose the subjects we want in a third, fourth form to choose a career and we don't know nothing.
That's wild.
It's so wild to me.
It's so wild.
You don't even know you have.
Because you're supposed to start out and you say, I want to be a doctor in third form. Everybody want to be a doctor till they realize how much it really costs to be a doctor, so you have to do something else.
Or you just change your passion because.
Or you just change your passion.
First of all, you never had a passion for it. You were actually being forced into this, or you just thought it was cool. And then you come and you realize that, so that's not really what I want, but it's also like, okay, why change? And then it's like
you're stuck with it for 2 years, you can't back out, type of thing. Or your parents, if your parents don't have money, like if you can't go do some subject outside of school,
right?
Or you
have a whole degree that you don't use because you never really wanted that. Yeah. Anyways, very a big aside, not related to this, but yeah.
I guess it just speaks to the mindset. Like when you're younger, you just tend to. You know what I mean? Like, you tend to just be very, I don't know, you're not very sure of yourself. Like, this is the most sure of myself I've ever been. So I think, and then also too, you really shouldn't be dating anybody if you're not sure of who you are.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You should be, cautiously dating. But I don't know, I'm leaning more against it for myself personally. However, I'm not like judgy of it when it comes to other people. So if it works for you, it works for you.
Like older men as well.
If I see my friends with older men, like, I genuinely don't care and I trust that they know what they're doing. But for me personally, I don't think I'd ever want to go like, I don't know, never say never, but I don't think I'd want like I want a nice young man in his 30s, in mid-30s, who hasn't been affected by, the world, or, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Cheek out, guys.
Anyways, so that was the hot topics for this week. Jumping into our listener question.
Listener letters.
So speaking of age, somebody asked, what age is a good age to have a baby when you're not broke?
I have a better answer than mine.
What is it?
No age.
What do you mean, bro?
I could joke around a lot. That part. But you know what people always say, because I find that people always throw this conversation. The conversations around West Africa.
Yeah.
Oh, if you wait for have money, you'll never have none. I'm a bit in that school. So what you mean?
You know, people have said, and this is a good time to talk about this, because did you see that there's the birth rate is declining in Jamaica? Absolutely.
But like that,
I love that. People
wise
up. Responsibility.
Wise hell
yeah, man. Breed for what?
I say, wow. There's a thing about the money we spend at the supermarket. What? 2 days ago, I said,
well,
how you guys?
And you're a single person.
I say, only I'm like a ticky something there, and I Charlie and I pay for that. Tell me no, please. I beg. How to do it? Because
my friend come here and I tell me say our fitness school fee 150,000 per term. Not per year now. Per term and a 3 term. 1 true 3. So that's 330,000 per year. Plus the lunch money. What's the lunch money? The activities. And you have to make them live good. So you have to make them have some campus.
You make them go prep school, you can make them shots again after your experience.
Even if it's primary school, it's just so expensive. The
expensive.
books, all of that, like.
But you're talking
Because even
about
now, think about food. When we
I'm
go to school, you know,
always thinking about food.
when we go to school, you know, 5 bills may I get for lunch money, you know,
I don't know.
and I could have saved money
And
from
you're
that.
bring- and you're bring out sometimes you have to bring food. Let me say like this. On a pay for the ticket. I mean, just ask the same question because I want to my sister to get sometime and say, oh, we're earning a lot here at Price Mart. How do you?
Yeah. And then personally, to be honest, y'all,
That's
and I
why kids are
know.
not meant to be. You know what the good age is when you have a good man.
I was about to say, no, that is literally what I was about to say. Do not, honestly, I don't care what anyone wants to say, but some people don't believe in marriage. Da, 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 da. Don't breed then. To me, I don't think you should have a child outside of wedlock.
Okay,
Right?
I mean, I'm not saying.
I'm saying that. She's not saying that. I'm
not
saying that.
I'm not saying that because some people have some really good relationships.
You shouldn't be
outside of
having a man
marriage.
if you don't think you and this person going to be
No,
getting
it's
married.
not. That's just like people have different beliefs. And we
I
have to
guess so.
respect that. So
Well,
it's like
yeah,
that.
I guess so. I don't get it.
I
but
mean, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine, but it's just like, guys, and I'm really have to be careful. Okay.
yes.
I'm
Make sure you
not-
have a good man. Make sure that. And all the girl them I know will have good pregnancy, slim down back, look good, look happy, look peaceful. They had a good baby daddy. They
Right
had
by
a
them
great
side.
baby daddy that was by them side,
Right.
supporting them. You see, all of the girl them will have the stressful pregnancy them. But me know some shit ass baby daddies. Some shit baby daddies.
But like when them find out early though, in terms of like, it's sad but it's true. Like in during your pregnancy, you see the telltale signs. You know what you're getting into. So you know how to probably condition your mind from there.
I feel like it's so
But it's
much
so
though.
sad.
I feel like you need to have it's so many factors. You need to have a good man.
You not to be raised alone.
Mhm.
A child is not meant to be raised alone.
Yeah,
I
definitely
can't
not.
say this enough.
Definitely not.
The bag of waking up and the do the cleaning and golly.
Yeah.
So me not good in a maths. I am. But say for instance, and you have a little maths brain and you come over with the homework and me can help you. I will just throw away and feel through life, so no, you have to get on to daddy and say, yo, daddy, help
You know
me
what I mean?
homework.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then also too, I think there's the finances. Because for example, right? Let's say, because I always say that like my backup plan is, let's say, because I'm not pushing out no baby if I don't find a good man. Like if I don't have a husband,
Anyway,
ain't nothing coming out of me.
make it stay.
But I want children, right? I genuinely have always wanted children. So I
Correct.
said, even when I'm married, I plan to adopt. That's
Okay.
something I've always wanted. Like she can say, I'm like, my dream is to like get married and be a mom and have kids. It's like destined to be. Like it has to happen. It will happen in Jesus' name. Like I know that is what I'm supposed to do. And I feel like I don't know. I've always felt like that since I was young. You know, everybody else get the ick when it comes to children. I'm like, I can't wait to be a mommy, right?
Mhm.
However, I want it, but I don't want it that bad to go through to take up any man and just have a baby, and then also to go through. I'm not physically putting my body through that alone. So I said, if I
Yes.
reach out, like, so I've always, even if I'm married, I want to adopt children, right? So that's something that's in the cards for me whether I'm married or not. But if I'm not married, then I want to adopt a baby when I'm financially stable. You know what I mean?
A good example.
So like if, as you said with before you go to the point, but if I said let's say I have this child alone, but I have a living helper or somebody who assists me, or somebody like a nanny or something like that who can assist me when I go to work or when I have certain things to do, like a family. So you know what I mean? The child is being raised in a home with love. You know what I mean? So I just personally, it depends. Like it's so you have to be financially sound to me. That's I think
And
so
emotionally
important.
sound,
And
yeah.
emotionally, because
I think outside
yeah.
of being financially sound is being emotionally
Yeah,
sound. Like,
and don't have a child out of simply selfishness.
No, don't. And we're trying to break generational curses. And
Amen.
everybody have them. Don't say you don't have none. 'Cause every family have a little generational curse.
Mhm.
And I think that being emotionally stable is
Mhm.
paramount.
Mhm.
Because you see when that you know, much people have postpartum depression and don't speak about it.
True.
They do, and they sometimes don't even know they have it, and it's like rough, and you need that support. Regardless of you need support.
You can die. Did you know that? Like you can
kill
die.
yourself and epidemic. So I mean, like, let's be honest, those are the thoughts that come to the brain. So it's
You can
I
die
don't
having
know.
the child. You can die
Yeah.
during childbirth. Like
It's
there's so
just-
much.
It's just,
There's a lot.
guys, be careful. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it's like I feel like we take. I don't know. It's so crazy how we take the baby thing so lightly.
Them think there's not a bigger commitment
Yeah.
on mind. I want to let them know.
Yeah, like it's a
Because,
way
you know-
bigger
you know
commitment.
Arnell?
No.
Oh, Arnell and Alicia Armand from YouTube.
Mm-mm.
Alright. But anyways, sometimes they can tell. Oh, I was saying the example that you want. So say you're a man married or in a relationship and live together, whatever. When you get a dog together, so look at this thing going for and the baby. Get a dog from puppy stage, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, man.
I
That puppy
see.
stage there.
Yeah, and you see how for raise a little child,
Mhm.
mock child, guys.
Yeah.
Obviously. But that's a good way to like test the grounds or whatever. But yeah, you also can tell. Sometimes you can tell a man from like how they treat you when you're pregnant. So.
And then also too, don't be a married single mother. Okay, have enough of those.
Child.
If you know say man is not the
My
man,
God.
you have
So
enough
she
married
done
single
married, what
mother.
she gonna do?
Hmm?
But she done married, what she gonna do? You tell people that for married before my baby and them, do that.
You should have checked
And
with
then
God
run
before the
down- run
marriage.
down Renee.
No. You should have checked with God before the
You
marriage.
told her, all they said was to married before the
All right, let me
child.
make sure let me make myself clear. Check with that you're marrying the right person.
Okay, thank you.
Don't just run and say, yo, mega married that man yet because we become a
Except for
pregnant.
married first.
Marry the right person. Marry the right person. Like marry the right person. Let me tell you, like I know I've been extra, but I genuinely believe that there is like blessing and covenant when it comes to marriage if you do it in the right way. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people, because of how we've been doing marriage so wrong in
So
this
wrong. Oh my God.
generation, it's been like awful.
And I think that's why a lot of people say they don't believe in marriage, you know.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen it been done so wrong.
Because you see it. You see it and you don't think there's anything special about it.
And it is literally a covenant. It's a promise to God. Like God is blessing your union, all of that. Like it's the same thing. Like you know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like we've taken it so lightly, but there's a special thing when two people come together and really commit to it and do it the right way and have the right, you know what I mean? Marry the right person. That's the first
We're
step.
also not saying that marriage is like a solve.
Solve for everything,
Or we're
yeah.
also saying that it's easy because it's not. I mean, I've never been married. But I do know that everybody goes through every relationship, including marriage, go through their ups and downs. You have to, it should be more ups and downs. I promise you guys, that's actually how it's supposed to be. So, and you have to be willing, you have a partner who's willing to work through the downs.
And respect you through it, you know what I mean? Because trust me, especially when you have a baby with a man who don't respect you. Because to me, the hardest thing, you know the saddest thing when I hear a woman is pregnant and having a baby, and then you hear say her man, like you know, say the girl pregnant, and you see her man in the streets.
Oh my God.
I act like a buffoon. Like I literally want to go over to you and slap you in your back. Literally, I want to go over to you and slap you in your back and say, "Go home to your child, go home to your bed." Like rub your woman foot. Like you're out here in these streets. And you know what's funny? I've heard men be like, "Oh, yeah, man, me no after the baby at 2, I come round and you know when yeah, man, it's a thing that Jamaican man
I
say.
didn't know that.
Yeah, man, that's why you must ask questions. Ask questions.
Don't name something again.
Yeah.
Dirty boys.
Anyway, so I say when you have a good man and when you're financially stable, that's when you have a baby. I don't think there's a right age or whatever. Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause like Kylie Jenner had her baby at
I was
18.
supposed to say, like,
And I don't think nothing was wrong with
what is her
that.
name? Juliet? It's Juliet? It's who did the old lady?
What?
Sorry. It's who? Veronica? It's who? That older lady, prominent lady in Jamaica that had a baby when she was like old.
Oh, I know you're talking about
Yes.
Jenny.
No,
Jenny?
it's not. She looked like her. We are a hot mess. Alright, we'll insert that person here when we figure it out.
I don't think we're gonna figure it
No,
out.
we'll have to.
Anyways, I will see you next week.
Juliet Cuthbert. Or something like that.
Don't call up one name. You know she love Trace.
Cut it out.